is one of the stars and co-executive producers of FX's newest original comedy, hilarious show, The Comedians. He is Josh Gad here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing great, boss. How are you doing?
I am better for having you here.
Oh, thank you.
Like I've said many times, I'm a huge fan of yours. You are hilarious. You're talented. You're with Billy Crystal on this new show that is also hilarious.
Thank you.
This is, where did The Comedians come from? Where did this idea come from?
It was based on a Swedish series, and I sort of had no intention of going back to TV, and I did this benefit honoring Billy Crystal, which is the only way you get to meet Billy, is by honoring him. And so I did this, and he said to me, I'm working on this new show about the generational disconnect between these two comedians from two different eras, and I would love for you to take a look at it. And I sort of reluctantly looked at it, because I didn't, like I said, I had no intention of going back to TV, and I fell in love with it. I was like, immediately, this could be unbelievably funny.
And you get to work with Billy Crystal.
And I get to work with a legend. Like, Billy is truly one of my idols growing up. And he is so inspired and brilliant on this show. And working with him it's a masterclass in comedy for me.
And you grew up in South Florida.
I grew up in South Florida, so of course, as a young Jew in South Florida, what other idols would you have other than Billy Crystal?
Jack Carter, right?
Jack Carter.
No, that's even older.
That is older. I have no idea who you're talking about. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretending by repeating the name I know who that is.
No, it's just the only reason is because of that, because he was just above me on the star meter on IMDb.com. We checked on it.
Hey, Rich makes references all the time that we don't get. Just kind of nod.
You just
and
nod.
Just nod and go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Carter. Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
Well, it's either that or Dan Marino, right?
Well,
That's who you grew
Marino,
up,
now
right?
Danny, I know very well.
Now he's the guy, right?
He's the guy. Part of our organization now, too.
Well, it's still the guy that they're still looking for.
He is. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's got a Brett Favre in him. I know that it seems like he's past that hump, but I think he could take us to the promised land.
You do, right? And then Shula too, right? You get Shula. Get him out of the steakhouse. Get him out of the steakhouse.
You know, Nick Bonicotti's available, last I checked.
Get them all together, Zonka.
Look, still the only undefeated team.
And they're still popping champagne.
Popping the champagne.
I know.
Every year.
So I'm here with Josh Gad here on The Rich Eisen Show. What do you make of the current state of the Miami Dolphins,
I make a mess of it. No, I actually, look, we made a lot of crazy moves this offseason. I think, is an unbelievable get. We lost Mike Wallace, who was a big piece of that receiving core. And we made a lot of other changes. I believe in what they're doing. I think that they had to make some drastic changes. And look, it just hasn't been working. And I think Joe Philbin he's a good guy and he knows what he's doing. And I'm excited about people like Landry and some of these other young guys on the team, but I just don't know enough yet. Like everybody else, I'm just like, is this gonna work? Do we even have enough receivers?
Right.
Got Greg Jennings.
Just yesterday.
Who's great. I mean, older. My age, but he's great.
He's the Jack Carter of wide receivers.
He's the Jack Carter of wide receivers. But he was like 61%?
Or you could say that after he left Aaron Rodgers, he went to a situation where the quarterback wasn't very solid, or not nearly approaching what Aaron Rodgers could do.
And his numbers in terms of receptions were actually higher than Wallace's, which I found interesting, even in Minnesota. So I'm excited. I think we needed an elder statesman. I would still love for them to go after somebody like Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're going to do.
That's what you want. You still want them to go out and
draft
somebody?
I would love another. I don't think you can have enough wide receivers. And I'm sort of, like every Dolphin fan, tired of the let's get a defensive back in the first round, or let's get a linebacker, or let's get a guard.
Yeah.
It's just sort of the boring choices add up to nothing after a while.
Right.
And, you know, Jake Long was our #1 pick all those years ago, and he was supposed to be the face of that organization. And we've sort of been unlucky in terms of a lot of our picks, and I think we want to splash.
I'm with Josh Gad here, live in studio here on The Rich Eisen Show. So you were at the Super Bowl this year, correct?
I went to the Super Bowl.
So now, are you one of those Dolphin fans that can't, that how many more yachts can the Patriots water ski behind, that you have an issue watching them win, or you don't have a problem seeing them go ahead because they're the team that beat you? Where do you stand on this subject?
No, it's interesting. I forget the Latin word. I despise the Patriots. Qu'est-ce que I hate them with a passion.
Okay.
So I was sitting next to a bunch of Pats fans, and it was the most unpleasant celebratory atmosphere I've ever been in my life. Having to watch these people get yet one more ring as the Dolphins have not been to the Super Bowl in my lifetime. They went once, they lost, but it's
That was the Marino year.
That was the Marino year.
Yeah, and we're seeing the pictures for the radio audience right now. Chiklis, Michael Chiklis is the guy that's
Chicky,
right next to you.
I love him, but he's such, when it comes to the Patriots and his love for them, he's such a bald bastard. Yeah, no, that was rough, and it was going the Seahawks' way.
I've never been in a building where momentum switches.
What was that?
In a snap of a
I
finger.
still cannot fathom what happened in those final seconds. In fact,
Yes.
Michael Chiklis was so dumbfounded by that interception that he didn't even know to celebrate it because it made no sense. The human brain cannot process what happened in that stadium. It was so unfathomable.
Right. Yeah.
How do you not go into beast mode? I don't even want to go on it.
Well, the conspiracy theory that comes out, because when things are unexplainable, there has to be some sort of conspiracy behind it.
Pete Carroll, you are the new Pete Rose.
That's right.
I said it here first.
There you go.
No.
No. It's just in terms of that the league didn't want Marshawn Lynch to be the face of the winning Super Bowl, which makes no sense because they gave him the ball they gave him the ball the play before
The
they
whole
gave him the
thing
ball.
was just so surreal and weird, and I think Carroll was just trying to be creative and do the unexpected, and it just backfired.
Right. I'm here with Josh Gad here on the Rich Eisen Show. Well, Billy Crystal's a huge Yankee fan.
Huge.
I mean, beyond.
Huge.
Off the charts.
Yes.
So do you talk any of that sport with him, or you're not?
Oh yeah,
really?
I mean, Billy is right now. He's in full Clipper mode. So
Yes,
like
I bet.
you can't reach him. He's literally got a room in the arena that he
Right.
sleeps in, I think. And no, he's very excited, obviously, about the Clippers. He's a huge Yankee fan.
Right.
I'm a huge Marlin fan.
Oh, boy.
I know that's an oxymoron. And unfortunately, I'm from South Florida, like I said, so I don't have many options.
Right.
And we're just doing great. We're off to a great start this year. Mike Redmond, I think, is definitely a candidate for Coach of the Year.
I think their wins were in the truck that I got. Had stolen.
Yeah,
The
I
wins in
apologize on behalf of all of Miami. I do know where your truck is.
Where is that, Josh?
It's at a place called Disney World, which is up north. And there were actually, a guy dressed as Mickey Mouse stole it.
Is that right?
And he's using it for illicit activities. I don't really want to go into it, but yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
But it's happiest place on earth.
I was told the most South Florida story that could have happened to me.
Oh, it's
essentially,
perfect.
was having
I mean,
my truck stolen.
it really
from a parking
captures
lot.
the essence of my people and my town. And I don't even think I owe you an apology. I think that it's a.
Just say you're welcome.
I think it's
and
a
we'll
rite of
end it.
passage.
They were going to play a Frozen song to come back from break, and they're going to do, like Let It Go and whatever. And I
Yeah.
said, play In Summer. That's what Olaf the Snowman. That's him playing.
Right.
And
Looking at your stuff, I have a feeling they don't know what Frozen is.
no, they
We
do now.
only know what it is because he won't stop talking about it.
That's not true.
Do none of you guys have kids?
No, I don't.
I hope not.
You all go home and watch Frozen nightly, don't you?
They.
I mean, we're
You
family
just-
at work,
you're
love
afraid
the
to admit it.
internship, watch
Makes
the
you less
comedians.
manly, but I know. I can see it in your
No,
eyes.
it doesn't make you less manly because I'll tell you what we do here on this show
Yes.
is have a day where true love conquers all.
Oh,
Josh.
really?
Yes, that doesn't matter how difficult the situation may be, that at the end of the day, when true love is found, all is fine.
It's a weird policy on a sports show, but I'm all for it. I mean, if that's your thing, then that's great.
No, I mean, it's all about relationships.
Right, okay. I'm in.
How often do you get people coming up to you
on
saying, please?
on a minutely basis. No, it is the gift that keeps on giving. Like kids. It's funny because I always say when I grew up, I wouldn't have known
Yes.
who played Aladdin or who played Sebastian the Crab or any of these characters. And now because of social media, because of the fact that, our faces are all associated with these characters,
Right.
on a daily basis, I'm stopped by like 6-year-olds, 60-year-olds, everybody who's like, oh, can you do the Olaf thing?
Yeah.
And so it's an honor and it's a privilege.
I don't know if you're aware, it is Take Your Kids to Work Day here on the DirecTV campus. So
Is it?
you might want to, on your way out to your car,
Yeah.
Maybe get some extra security. It could be-
Daddy's gonna dress up as another person. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this building as Jack Black and run the other way.
I've got Josh Gad here in studio, making the switch from Olaf to the Miami Dolphins
Yes.
schedule. If I go down one by one, you want to see if you...
Win-loss?
Yeah, you want to do the win-loss?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're going to do the win-loss thing, and again...
Let's just make this easy. First 10 loss, and then...
Well, wait a minute. You start at Washington.
do we have a game against Oakland? We win. That one we win.
No. You've got some good ones here.
All right, let's go. Let's go through
Okay,
it.
you're at the Washington Redskins. RG3
Who's our starting quarterback? Who's their starting quarterback?
It's going to be RG3.
It is going to be RG3?
Yeah.
I'll say we win that one.
Okay, you got to win there. Then you're at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I say we win that
All
one.
right, that's 2-0. Then you're home for the Bills.
We lose that one.
Oh, wow, your home opener,
We
huh?
lose that one. I just think that I think the Bills are actually doing some really nice things this offseason.
Okay, so they're 2-1 now, the Dolphins. Then you play the Jets, but in London.
Right. We win that.
Okay, that's
We win
3-1. Then you have a bye week. You're at
We
the...
lose that one.
You're,
Next. What's the next
people
one?
lose their trucks on
Yeah.
the bye. At the Tennessee Titans.
We win that one.
4-1. Home for the Texans.
We lose that one.
4-2. Then they're at the Patriots.
Lose.
4-3 at the Bills.
Win.
5-3 at the Eagles.
I think everybody's going to get a win against whatever they're doing this season
Okay, I
over
like
there.
it. I
Yeah.
like it because you said the same thing, Law, when you're picking the Eagles.
I don't get what the Eagles. Look, I really love. I love what they've done the last 3 seasons. But can somebody explain to me their offseason moves? It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
You're on a sports show, and no, we cannot.
No, it's weird.
We
No,
can't.
we win.
We think it is Chip Kelly purposefully messing with the media.
It's
that's what
really
he's doing.
incredible. Yeah, it's incredible.
6-3 you have them, then going into the game home against the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going to give. It's at home.
Yes.
I'm going to say we win that one.
All right, 7-3 at the Jets.
Lose.
7-4 home for the Ravens.
Lose.
7-5 home for the Giants, but on Monday night everyone's going to be there, all
Win.
excited.
We
All right,
win.
8-5 at the Chargers.
We at the Chargers?
Yes, sir.
Who's their starting quarterback?
That's a good That's a good question. Let's assume it's Phillip Rivers.
Okay, I say we lose.
8-6. Then you've got the Colts and Luck home.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to the Dolphins. It's going to be a do or die situation. We're going to win that one.
9-6, and then the ultimate do or die with Tom Brady and the Patriots coming.
We're going to win that one. We always tend to win one a year against Brady and the Patriots for whatever reason.
10-6. You got a 10-6
I
season.
think we're going to make the playoffs. I really do. I think it's do or die for Joe Philbin, and I think he's going to have to prove it or he's out the door. So I think we go 10-6.
Okay.
Maybe 11-5 if we're really lucky, but I think it's more likely 10-6. And I think we make the playoffs, probably lose in the first round.
As a wild card.
As a wild
As a
card.
wild card.
You heard
I
it
like
here
it.
last.
That is out of all of the people that we've asked, either to call in or those two coconuts over there for their teams, that's potentially the most reasonable win-loss we've done.
It is, because everyone else is 11-5 or better.
I know.
So,
Well, I said the Patriots were going to go 13-3.
yeah.
You know what? I hate you and what you stand for.
He's a bold bastard, right? What'd you call
I am
Chip?
a- I am a
Oh,
bald
there we
guy.
go.
I am a bald
You're
guy.
the Michael Chiklis of sports radio.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Comedians on FX, 10 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, including tonight, at Josh Gad on Twitter. You are a prince, sir. Thanks for coming in.
You're a king.
Thank-
You're a kingmaker, too.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for coming in. Look forward to the next time already. Please
Thank
come
you,
back.
brother. Anytime.
You bet.
I'll see you guys next week.
You bet.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.